Hello everyone. I'm in my room and I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning, head going off, and I thought, I think I got the time wrong for Ask Me Anything with the time zone changes, and I did, because I set my alarm for 6 a.m. for 8 p.m. your time in Queensland, and it's actually 3 a.m. in the morning in Las Vegas. So it's actually 3 a.m. So excuse my attire. I'm in my room. I thought I'd show you my view of Las Vegas. You can have a look. But tonight, or this morning, this morning, we're going to have a chat about, I wonder if you can see it. No, you can see my room. That's what you can see. What a bummer. Anyway, I'll put some more lights on. So if you bear with me, excuse the mess. Huge day yesterday, and I have another big one today for you. But we're going to talk about toilet training. It's always a hot topic. That's better, isn't it? That's better. And I'll put this one on too. I have literally just woken up. We're going to talk about toilet training. Oh, there we go. Now you can see me. And I'm going to talk from my experience with toilet training. So I've toilet trained 3 boys. I've been with a friend who had 3 girls and another friend who had 2 girls, and it's all very similar. And at the moment, my Abigail, excuse my hair, my Abigail is toilet training, and it's still the same process. So I suppose we'll have a chat about how do you know when they're ready, how do you keep your sanity, and do you need toilet training pants? Alright, so as you're watching your little one, so you're quite intimate, I reckon, more so with using cloth nappies when it comes to their toileting habits. Unlike disposables, where everything's sort of absorbed and you don't really smell it as... Smell it? The urine and the poo doesn't react as much with the chemicals in disposables as they do in cloth nappies, is what I have found. So you get to know your child's bladder and bowels very, very well in cloth nappies, which is actually a really, really, really good thing. Hello everyone who's joining us. If you join us, pop us up a message. I'm missing you all. So you get to know their output really well, which is a great thing. So you know if it smells a bit off, something's not quite right. So that's really good. So how do you know when your kid's ready to toilet train? Well, with all of my boys, usually it's one of a few things. This is unscripted. It says as my head goes at 3 o'clock in the morning. They're interested. So maybe they're following you to the toilet and asking you some questions, or quite curious about what you're doing. Maybe they're showing signs of stopping what they're doing and going, oh, I'm doing a wee, oh, I'm doing a poo, or they pull that poo face. Now that face is up. Okay, so there's a poo face usually. Or they don't like the nappy on. They're not enjoying the nappy on. They get a bit upset. They feel uncomfortable. So they've wet themselves, they've done a poo, and they're uncomfortable straight away. Any of those signs, just start introducing the toilet. Start introducing the words you're going to use. Do you want to go potty? Are you doing wee-wees? Are you doing number 2s? Are you doing a poo? Friends used to use the word badger. Are you doing a badger? So you can introduce any words in your family that work for you. Okay, you got to remember, this is a very personal subject for your child. So once you start seeing that, honestly, what we have found is going with their flow. So there's lots of, I like to call them gimmicks or courses out there on how to get your child to go to the toilet. They're not needed, the experts aren't needed until, you've been trying for, say, a year, 6 months to a year. Then possibly something's not triggering, there's a bit of confusion, and you just need to tweak in what you're doing. How to get them to use the toilet. Oh, I'm going to go this way. Practice. So I'll talk about, one of my boys, I won't mention their names because they might get embarrassed. So one of my boys took a week. It was awesome. And a really good tip is finding the thing that they love. So if they go to the toilet, there's a reward. It could be a book, it could be a cuddle, it could be a chocolate biscuit, it could be a favourite fruit, it could be a sticker chart. You're not going to know what it is until you get started. So I always started with a sticker chart, and then a book, and then we just kept rotating and mixing it up. And then for Daniel, it was a chocolate biscuit. I mentioned his name. There you go. It was a chocolate biscuit for Daniel. My mum actually taught him, and he got it. It was really quick for him. No worries. A chocolate biscuit, about a week, and then a couple of accidents. He just went straight from nappies to jocks. Easy. My Nathan, though, he took a good 9 months. He was a long one. And why, we don't know, but we had to really test our patience because we didn't know. We tried everything, you know, the stickers and the chocolate biscuits and the lollies and the books and the ice cream and fruit and you name it, we tried it. He just wasn't ready. And was a little bit scared of the toilet to do number 2s. But we just worked with him. We had the potty, we had the toilet, we had a special toilet seat, we had a step, we just had to keep reinventing and keep being patient. And it did try our patience. It is something that can really try your patience. Lots of accidents. For Nathan, we did use toilet training pants, so I'll come back to that. And Ali took a couple of months. So toilet training generally takes a couple of months. It's much easier to do it in warm weather because they can roam around, and if they get wet, you chuck them outside and just hose them down. Or chuck them in the bath, and it's not cold. So doing it in winter, unless they're ready, go with it if they're ready in winter. In summer, it's warmer, so they've got less clothes on, so it's easier to pull up and down your pants and give them that independence. So if you've got a fiercely independent young lady or young man, give that to them. Let them have as much independence as they can when going to the toilet. So buy a little step if they can't get up by themselves. Get a little toilet seat. If they need their own little throne, get them their own little throne. So go with their flow. Just think about, what does my kid need? Okay, so pop questions up, please. So Abigail, she's showing signs of knowing she's going to the toilet. So exactly the same process. So Abby is 12, and this is the same process that happens for any age. So she's starting to learn to use the toilet herself. She has a special toilet just because she's so much taller and bigger. And we talked to her about it. So how lovely for a young lady to be able to use the toilet herself. So it's quite an achievement. Toilet training pants. Would you believe the stock for all the brands was delayed at the expo? And of course I didn't bring the store with me. So I had to run around yesterday and they didn't have much. So I was only able to get 1 pair of training pants. Okay. Firstly, what are training pants? Training pants are designed to catch an accident, which is the stage where your kid is at going, oh, mummy, I've just weed, and they've done a little dribble. Some training pants can take a little bit more than a little dribble, but they're not designed to take the whole wee. So these are Bummis potty pants, okay? Turning them inside out. There's, depending on the pant, okay, some can just take just a little, just started, okay? So your kids are learning their muscle control. They're learning, oh, if I squeeze, it stops. Okay, so some training pants can only take a little bit. So some swim nappies can be used as training pants because they have a tiny little bit of absorbency. Next step up, Bummis, Eco Posh. Oh, and I say little learners as well from Rumparoos can take a little bit more. There's a bit more. There's a couple of layers of organic cotton in this, and there's a stay dry layer as well. They all have their different mixtures of materials as usual. When do you need these? If your kid's taking a little bit longer, so if they know, so if they're constantly doing little accidents, not the full wee, because that's really at the starting stages of toilet training. If they're doing just an accident, so like they're out and they're playing and they go, oh, I've just started. Okay, that's where you can use training pants. So for Nathan and Ali, we use training pants because it just saved us having to change that many pairs of jogs. Daniel was so quick we didn't have to worry about it. But for Nathan, it also gave him, I see you here. Oh, I forgot my thing because your thing came up. Okay, so here it asks, when they go, i.e. on the floor, do you take them straight away to the loo or let them finish where they are, then take them? Oh, let them finish where they are. So let them go and just talk to them. Hear it and say, oh, are you going wheeze? Oh, you're doing a wee. Oh no, we didn't make it to the toilet. Oh, okay. Or whatever word you're going to use, so potty, toilet, oh, whatever, really. Clean it up, but when you clean them up, take them to the toilet and say, okay, we do wheeze in the toilet, so next time you got that feeling, so it's a heavy feeling down in their belly, we go to the toilet. Some kids catch on really quick, some kids a little bit longer. Boys do generally take longer than girls. So because otherwise if you take them straight to the toilet, you're going to end up wee down your hallway or on your carpet. It doesn't take long as you're, I think it's more a trial for parents than it is for the kids. But it really tests your patience. If you thought those first 6 weeks of having a newborn, this is the next stage of testing your patience, unless you're a bad teether. So, but that's all kids under 3. It's fun. It can be a lot of fun, and when they get it, the joy on their faces. So if they're going, just let them finish, and just explain. If we go wheeze in the toilet, maybe have a potty close by here. So if you see her going, whip her pants down, grab the potty and stick it under her and let her sit down. So some kids will go from potty to toilet. Some want to go straight to the toilet. It's really listening to what they're going to do. So just go with their flow. When they get it quickly. I have generally found they get it really, really quickly. So you can use the training pants for when your little one is, if it's taking a bit longer, for when they are just busy and go, oh, hang on, I've got to go to the toilet, and gives them a bit of security. They've still got big people pants on that don't look like a nappy, and they pull up and pull down. And that just gives them a little bit of security that it's okay. So I was speaking to Ariane at Bummis yesterday, and her little girl used the pants, and she loved it. She got to choose her own prints. That's the other thing that's quite fun, is choosing the prints. One of the rewards we would do once, I think it was Nathan, once he did a poo in the toilet, we would go to the shops and buy his first lot of jocks. That was a bit of exciting for him. So toilet training pants can give them some confidence, can save your sanity a little bit if they're taking a little bit longer to catch. If you are looking for, so if you're traveling and you're toilet training but Bubba refuses to wear a nappy and you're like, they're not going to hold on. You can try putting some more absorbency into these. A pre-fold can sit quite nicely. You can put a waterproof mat in the car seat. What else can you do? Keep those mats handy. The Rumparoos change mats have a bit of absorbency in them. A flat nappy underneath them as well works really well. And just have that ready to go. Keep that with you. Be prepared for when you're going out and about. Going out and about and toilet training, that's a really good topic as well. It can be a little bit stressful, especially when they say, I need the toilet, and you've lined up to pay for your goods. Putting a nappy on can be helpful, especially one that you can pull up and down. A lot of the pocket nappies, you can pull up and down. It's like, I try and explain, it's like a pair of ladies' lace undies. You know, the lace is at the front with no elastic, and the elastic is all at the back. And you don't really pull at the front to pull them up. Not that I wear that many pairs of lace undies. You pull them up and down at the back, okay? That can be good when you go out. So if maybe take a couple of nappies out of their stash and they become their toilet training pants. You can try that. Some, I know the Grovia all-in-ones can do it. I'm thinking. I don't think the Baby Behinds Magicals would. There's got to be a thinner elastic usually at the back that's enclosed and doesn't have a lot on it. Oh, they might do it now with the new design. I say experiment, but usually pockets are better. All-in-ones can be a little bit hard because if it's got flaps, but the all-in-one by Grovia does. Oh, that's a side snapping one, so the bubble bubs may work. Oh, I'm thinking. Well, the all-in-one at Bummis might work. I'll have a look at that today actually to make sure. That's one option for the intern between them not having a clue to starting to learn. But out and about, just keep some rads, take an extra pair of pants with you, and go with the flow. What else can I tell you about toilet training? Go with the flow. Oh, I think that's my biggest piece of advice. If you suspect something's a bit off, go see your doctor. Some little ones can have urinary tract infections and you don't know. So if they're getting quite distressed and they're getting quite upset about the process, even though you're being patient and loving and rewards, and making it a lovely experience, just pop to your GP and ask. And like all children, they're all different. They're all completely different. Yes. Chantel, little travel potties. Yes. Please don't go. Is he going to show me? Yes. Is he going to show me? No. Sorry, Chantel, I can't show me the whole comment. Target used to sell ones that look like little tiny bee or lady beetle cakes. It has a seal that seals it all when closed. Had a nephew that. Facebook isn't going to show me the whole thing, Chantel. I'm sorry. Yeah, I have seen, and I might do that today, is go around show you some pictures of the new potties that are coming up. There's one that's I've seen is a potty seat, and it folds up into a little travel case that you don't know what it is. It'll look quite interesting, but it's meant to go on a toilet. It's not an individual contraption. There's been a few of those. There are some amazing things. Thanks, Chantel. Yeah, take it everywhere. That's a great idea. Fantastic idea. I never had that choice, and I had a wheelchair I had to contend with. But that's a great idea as those. I'll take some photos today and show them to you, some options. And maybe you might see something and go, that's what my little one needs. So keep your eyes open, keep your mind open, be flexible, look for those signs of your little one. So the signs were knowing they're going to the toilet, when they stop playing and they do a wee. So there's usually a look, they go. Or when they're doing a poo, there's a bit of a grunt and just talk to them, you're doing a poo. Use consistent words. Don't change the words around. If it's wee, poo and toilet, use that. If it's badger, fountain and, I don't know, porcelain throne, use that. If they're uncomfortable in their nappy, and usually summer is a good time to do it. Hira, our little girl is 2 today. Happy birthday. Showing no signs at all, no interest, but I want her out of nappy. Should I just wing it and have a go or wait for the signs? Oh, Hira, 2. That's okay. That's really okay. Maybe watch your girl a little bit closer. because some are really subtle in their signs. I think it was Ali who was very subtle. Abby's really subtle, very, very subtle. Just watch her. If you know she poos in the morning at a particular time, or she does a wee directly after breakfast, have a chat to her about it. 2's a good age because they're starting to understand, they want their independence. You can even say 40 minutes, so this is quite a technical way to do it now. So after Abigail has her food, 40 minutes after, we pop her on the toilet. So you could introduce the potty, introduce the toilet to her, and after she's had a feed or a big drink, so lunch, morning tea, breakfast, dinner, just pop her on the toilet, read a book, let her get used to the idea of sitting on the toilet, and then if she accidentally does a wee, it is the most amazing thing she has ever done in the whole world. So absolutely give it a go here. See if she's interested. So if you've got a potty, toilet, whatever, you take her with you to the toilet with you. If you're comfortable doing that, I know some parents are not, but we have found that's usually the quickest way that they get the idea that wee and poo goes in the toilet. But yeah, absolutely start introducing the concept to her here. You may not get something for a couple of weeks, or she might going, oh, Mummy, can I sit on the potty? We would actually sit and read a book with Nathan. He wouldn't do anything, so around 18 months we just popped him on the toilet and read a book. And then we'll talk about wee and poo, and that's where this goes and not in your nappy. But it took him just a bit longer. He had a few anxiety issues, and we think that was what it was about. But that's okay. It was a bit of change. And some kids, it is a bit of change. It's very different to doing it in the nappy. And some kids love the feel of a warm poo. And it can be hard to give that up. So I would definitely give it a go here. Just introduce the concept to her. Have her favourite book ready, her favourite dolls, her favourite G.I. Joes, her favourite anything. It's just about getting that brain ticking over. And at this age, they absorb everything. Yeah. So yeah, toilet training pants, they're great. Not always needed. You can judge by your child. So if they're taking a bit longer and you want to, and you only need usually one pair. You need 3 pairs usually. And one size. You don't need all the sizes. You won't go through the 6 sizes. You just need 3 pairs. Hira, we have a potty. She just loves pulling the handle that makes a noise and pulling it apart. She will just be playing and not even stop what she's doing, and then you smell it. Thank you. Hello. That's okay. Maybe change it up a little bit. Maybe introduce a different potty is an option. My aunt or my aunt-in-law had the 50-year-old potty. It was a wooden chair, and all the grandkids and kids did it. Chantel says, we did with our son, sat him on the potty in the morning, and even just random times and read books, and if he happened to do anything, would go crazy excited. If anything, it gets them used to terming, I don't know what the rest of that is. Freaking Facebook. Yeah, absolutely, Chantel. Thank you for sharing. Yes, sharing, introducing him. That might be one of my questions today. So I'm back at the expo in 5 hours. I'll go back to sleep. And we're chatting to Rocking Green first up. Then we're chatting to Rumperoos. I hope they brought some of the Care Bears. How awesome is that? I have known for a few months. I have not been allowed to share. It's been very hard to be tight-lipped. I hope they brought some of the products. So I might ask them about their toilet training tips. And then we're meeting with Apple Cheeks. And I'll ask them about some toilet training tips as well. So we've got toilet training month. Yeah, there you go. If you got any questions or comments or can share your tips, pop them below. And I'll check in, through the night for you, through the day for me. But yeah, it's been lovely chatting to you. Thank you for joining in. I do appreciate it. Made it absolutely worth getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Isn't it funny when you wake up going, I had to do something. So there you go. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Have a beautiful night and tomorrow. And when you wake up tomorrow morning, there'll be a few interviews for you to watch. I can't wait to do them. I'm quite excited. It is crazy, Chantel. It's very exciting, very crazy, and such an honor that I can do this. It's and I'm so excited I can bring it to you all, and you can meet the people behind the brands. It's just fabulous. All right, have a lovely night. We're probably all going to sleep now. Bye.